Hello everyone, and welcome to Biopedia. While watching an episode of The Big Bang Theory some time ago, I seem to remember one of the characters stating that they wondered as a child about breeding their own griffin. This got me wondering, if we were to look at such hypothetical hybrids, what would they look like from a biological standpoint? That is to say, what would the chromosome number be of some mythological creatures, and would they therefore be fertile? First up, let's specify what we're talking about. One of today's examples is the griffin, a cross between a lion and an eagle. Supposedly, they protected riches much in the same manner as dragons, and they were thought of as the product between the union of the eagle and the lion. Their hybrid nature led to them being adopted as a symbol of Jesus Christ in the medieval period, symbolizing the divine and human natures of God the Son. Another fun trivia fact is that Alexander the Great was supposed to have harnessed 8 griffins to a basket to take to the skies. This feels more like a myth for after Alexander, and is probably something I will end up obsessively researching at some point in the future. However, that's not for today's episode, or indeed for this podcast. Next up, we have hippogriffs, the children of griffins and horses. More specifically, a female horse and a male griffin. In appearance, it was supposed to look like a cross between an eagle and a horse, with the front of an eagle and the back of a horse instead of a lion, unlike its griffin father. So, we've got our mythological creatures. What's the next step? Well, take griffins. Lions have 38 chromosomes and golden eagles have 28. Given the range of the golden eagle, I'm going to assume this is the eagle species the mythology talks about in terms of being a parent of the griffin. These chromosome numbers mean that any offspring born from the two would have a chromosome number half the combined total of the two parents. In this case, half of 38 plus 28. Therefore, the total chromosome number of a griffin would be 33. Similarly, a horse has 64 chromosomes, or 66 in the case of Przewalski's horse, which is the only wild horse around and which split from our horses 250,000 years ago. Given that a hippogriff is half griffin and half horse, we need to take the chromosome numbers 33 and 64 as the input of our calculation. This gives a chromosome count of 97 divided by 2, or 48.5. Now, it makes intuitive sense that an organism can't have 48.5 chromosomes, meaning the hippogriff's chromosome count wouldn't be possible. What about griffins? To answer this, let's look at the case study of mules. Mules are not fertile, as backed up by a 1910 article in Nature, which noted there has never been a case of mules having a child which were backed up by enough evidence. The reason for this infertility is mules struggle during meiosis, or the production of gametes. During this process, chromosomes have to line up in pairs. However, mules have an extra chromosome, which doesn't have anyone to pair up with. Therefore, gamete production doesn't happen. By this same logic, griffins wouldn't be able to have children. After all, 33 chromosomes is still an odd number of chromosomes, so little baby griffins wouldn't happen. This episode was a bit of a whimsical thought experiment, but I thought it might be a fun way to return to meiosis and chromosome counts in a bit more detail. As always, thank you for listening. Feel free to get in touch with the show's email address for any questions, comments, or topic suggestions for future episodes. Until next time, have a great week, everyone.